turffontein on the inside track. Welcome on this Thursday, everybody, to Weighted to Win. Let's get straight into it. Darren Burrows cannot join us today, unfortunately, but Daryl Murray is with me. We want to remind you about our social media handle at Weighted to Win is where we are from a Twitter perspective, and Weighted to Win, we've got a number for you. You can use that number to obviously send your name and your email address. We'll have admin register you, and you can be part of the Weighted to Win family. We're giving away a Weighted to Win coffee mug as well, so we'll do so randomly on the group, and we'll do so all the way through to Christmas. Okay, well, big guy runs in the first race today, but obviously there is some talk about the favourite Gregor McGregor, who's at 28 to 10, and Greenback Currency seems to be the other principal horse in the race. Daryl Marie's with me. It's not a bipod race or anything like that, but maybe a bit of cash to get those exotics on later.
Let's certainly hope so, Clyde. Perhaps a quartet box. I'm going to be taking my chances, boxing numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Big Guy is going to be my first pick, based on his penultimate start where he actually beat Gregor McGregor. Then last time, I think perhaps second run after arrest, below par effort, because there was a 6-length turnaround between himself and Gregor McGregor.
Quite a large distance there.
Yes. So he's my top pick, but healthy respect for Gregor McGregor. Greenback Currency is being gulded now. Last start, there has been a win from that form line in Rockfall, who came out to trot up by a good few lengths.
That's Durban form, man.
Yes, and I think Weyer's stable's going to be turning. I think he's going to be coming to form in a big way. Okay. And then Royal Raphael, now, Clyde, I know he's held on that King of Rome form line, but he didn't wear the blinkers or the tongue tie on that occasion. And I do believe those equipment changes have seen him improve in his latest few starts. So he forms one of the quartet selections.
Okay, well, Erica Verdinese has a comment in the front of the book that says, better trip this, but might just need it. All right, so the 4 horses that we box in the quartet look like this. This is what we intend on doing in the first, boxing 1, 2, 3, 4. On to the second race now. Let's get on to this, where Moraine is odds on 1 to 3. There are lots of scratchings, and I say there's only 4 horses left in the race now because Wonder Leon is out. So is 3 Simple. Number 6 Intoxicating, also not running. So Moraine, odds on 1 to 3. All the runners in the race will earn a prize money, which is good. Nothing wrong with going home with $5,000 if you run fourth.
Clyde, are we allowed saying rating on the show now?
No, it's insider trading.
Okay.
Which rating? Your rating or the NHA Handicappers rating?
Yeah, well, let's discuss my rating. Moraine, I think she ran to more or less a 93, 94 in her later start. Okay. Based on that, she's best in, and I expect her to win. I think she's going to love the step-up in trip by Silvana out of a dam. It was a full sister to Cherry on the top. A lot of stained blood. So she's going to appreciate the step-up in trip, and I think she'll take a power beating. She is very restricted in the markets. So I'd say exactas with number 5, Princess Ozma, fair local debut for a new trainer over distance too short. So she's another one that will appreciate being stepped up in trip. And on ratings, she's actually second best in. So
that's exactly straightforward then, right? You had Intoxicating in your play just now, when unfortunately it's been scratched, but we'll keep it in the bipods, obviously, because you'll double up. Otherwise, banker it, it's fairly straightforward, Moraine. Yes, a look at what Daryl wants to do. We've got quite a few recommendations in this race. Let's start, Cameron, with firstly with Daryl's bipod. Remember that Intoxicating is not running, so you can banker the 4. But if you are scanning that, you'll double up anyway, hopefully. 2, 3, 5, second leg by banker 6 later, then banker 4, then 2, 3, 4, and then banker the 2. So that's pretty straightforward. And Daryl wants to take that particular perm. It costs you 18 Rand 20 times. Okay, and Darren says, let's take this all on. Moraine into Vivacious Spirit into Houston. That's what he fancies today. His play of the day here at Turffontein. All right, third race, Dancing Dora is back to continue with its winning ways, trading at 5 to 2 at the moment. 3 Clean Living is second choice at 26 to 10. So just a marginal difference between the two. And let me ask, is it those two horse race, or is it more than that?
I respect number 5, Back to Basics. On form, he's 2 kilograms better off for a narrow deficit. So he's got a chance of reversing that form. Clyde, Dancing Dora, have a look at her form on a soft track. She's 2 from 4. I thought she won extremely well against Open Company in the last starts and could score a hat-trick. Clean living with the blinkers. She's very, very quick from a one draw. On a good to soft track, if she does get a margin on the balance of the field, she could certainly fend them off.
And well drawn.
Yeah, so I'm happy just going 2, 3, and 5 in all exotics.
Okay, so there are a few 2, 3, 5. We're including in the play over here. Let's put up a place accumulator for you now for this particular event and take a look at what Daryl wants to go. 2, 3, 5. Your banker 6 later by banker 4 by 2, 3, 4 by banker 2 by 3, 4, 8. And 468 at the back. That perm comes to 243 Rand, but you can take it for whatever you can afford, of course. Good to have you back with us. Let's get on to race number 4 now. Pick 6 time. Ridge Runner's favourite at around 2 to 1 or thereabouts. Sheldon, the second choice, is now 28 to 10, number 6 on the card, and 4 to 1 about number 8, Cool Winter. It's an interesting race, and I think it's predominantly between Sheldon and Ridge Runner. They're both very decent sorts, I think. I'm not sure anything else, unless you've got something that you like.
For me, it's Sheldon versus Sheldon.
Sheldon only.
But, yeah, I've made him a banker in all bets, Clyde. I think he's the best bets on the card. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I do believe he's needed his last 2 starts since returning from a rest. But look at the form lines. Flower Bomb won, then ran 3rd in the Gardenia. Chivana, Taikanaut came out and ran 2nd. That's his latest form line. Penultimate form line, Clyde. Faraway Winter followed up. Miss Daisy 1-2. Moonshining Through 1-2. And Constable's also a winner from there indirectly.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah. So having his peak run from a 1 draw, I think he'll win.
What about Ridge Runner's run to Anfield's Rocket? I mean, we know how good that is. Or was that, and perhaps he also needed
I thought that was a moderate effort. I wasn't impressed with that.
Don't you think he needed the run? No.
Why?
Well, that second run after the rest, wasn't it?
For Ridge Runner?
Yeah.
No, he ran 3 weeks prior to that in a graduation plate where he was out at the weights. He ran well above his rating. And last time out, he just never featured.
Yeah, I still say it's the second run after the rest, though. Isn't it?
Okay, wow.
August, September. No, mind you, you're right. Sorry, I'm not reading it correctly. You're absolutely correct. Okay, so maybe he's not as good as I think. So Sheldon's the play.
I'm hoping he trots up.
Okay, well, it's a good price because he's 28 to 10 or 3 to 1 or something like that. So you take some of that?
I believe he'll start favourite.
Okay. Sheldon's going to start favourite according to Daryl. He has the pick 6s. What the plan is, Darren Burrows is he's looking to go wider. He's looking for a bit of a result here. He's Darren, so he's going 4, 6, 7, 8 by 2 and 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. He bankers the 2. Who's the 2 later on? Do you know? Who's that pick 6 banker later?
He's bankering Houston.
Houston, yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 just now, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11 at the back. He's willing to spend 224 Rand if you want for 10%. Because Daryl's got his pick 6 and he's going in Sheldon by 4 and 5 in the next leg, by 2, 3, 4, by 2, 3, 9, by 3, 4, 8, and no chance at the back. We need a result there. Field, and that's only a 648 Rand spend.
Yes, just take note, Clyde. There are numerous scratchings over there. I'm also bankering Houston in the 4th leg because the other 2 are scratched.
All right.
One of them was put in purposely, but a banana has come out this morning.
Out since then. Okay. All right. So there you are. So that's only going to cost what? If you take your bank of Houston, only at 200 and what's that?
And the second leg, I'm also bankering now, Clyde.
Sorry?
Sorry. One of the other legs. But anyway.
Right, we'll just watch scratchings. That's the perm. Take them out or leave them in. It's entirely up to you. We're doing this. It's now 11 o'clock in the morning. So there's your pick 6. Back with us now, race number 5. It's a handicapper going over 1,200 metres. It is for fillies and mares. The race is due to run at about 1/4 past. And in this particular event, the market's got number 4, Vivacious Spirit, as the 14 to 10 favourite. And then no time is taken. Second choice at 5 to 1. And it is Johan Janssen van Vieren who dominates in this case. You've had a just quick look at the social media at Weighted to Win. And there we go. That's our Twitter user. If you're a WhatsApp user, then here's the number that you can use in terms of sending your name and email address to register. We're giving away these Weighted to Win mugs as well. And we'll give them away all the way through to Christmas randomly on our group. Please join. Okay, so the Johan Janssen van Vieren stable holds all the aces here, but Vivacious Spirit does look like the right one and hard to beat, Daryl.
Yes, Clyde, here's a filly that's very unexposed. She's only had 2 starts to date. Last time out, she did record a second and picked up quite a hefty penalty for running second, £4. But being by Silvana, one has to believe she's got a lot more to offer and will improve with racing and time. That form line is holding up quite well, Clyde. Water Honey came out and won again. Rosen won impressed in her next start. And then indirectly, you got number 5, Golden Aspen, who on that run is 3.5 kilograms better off for a 3.5 length beating, which should bring her much closer. But Vivacious Spirit is
more progressive.
Yeah, she's got a lot more scope.
Yeah.
I think she'll win Vivacious Spirit. But if she does happen to fluff her lines, which I hope not, I think Golden Aspen will run second.
Okay, so...
Well, will be the biggest danger.
Will be the danger, yeah. All right, so 4 and 5, but heavily on the side of Vivacious Spirit. I mean, 14 to 10, is that the right sort of price? Or
I'm going to say she starts in the red.
She starts in the red. There you go. They're all on to Vivacious Spirit here, as you heard. Let's put some pots up, or what are we doing? We're going Darren Burrows' Vivacious Spirit. He's also big on the filly with regards to race number 5. We have got a jackpot worked out for you. Here's a look at it quickly and go through Darryl's, where in this case it's 4 and 5, just in case. By 2, 3, 4, by 2, 3, 9, by 3, 4, 8. Watch scratchings. And that permutation, if you take it 5 times, you'll spend $270. In this race, funky music from the Ash Fortune stable, top of the boards at 28 to 10. That's number 3 on the card. 2 Iceman Cometh for Joey Soma is 33 to 10. 1 Sequoia for Michael de Kock is 6 to 1. And the 4 Iron Tail is a horse that I like now that it's going over this ground for Coordinate Spess is 6 to 1. I'm just worried about the inside check if it'll suit or not, Iron Tail. I mean, saw him at the Vaal with Lyle Cooper. We were watching him as a big burly guy, and I don't know if the inside track will be to its liking. What do you think?
Clyde, he was very unlucky in his later start. He should certainly have finished closer. He was eased at around about the 400-meter mark, just for a stride or two, but he's a big son of Pathfork. Didn't really pick it up thereafter. He just stayed on. So with a clean run in transit, I think he could feature over here. I looked at the pace of the race. A horse like Funky Music looks to have it on a platter. Last time out, I thought that was a decent effort. I mean, Aravadicho and the run-up are above average sorts.
Yeah.
Certainly wasn't disgraced. And I think with getting things his own way up front, he could be the one to beat. But don't rule out Iceman Cometh, Clyde. Go back when he actually pulled off a coup for the stable. It was on a soft track. Now the blinkers go back on a soft track. From a good draw, he should certainly be closer to the pace this time round.
Right.
And I can't see anything else winning. I think the race will be dominated by 2, 3, and 4.
This track will suit Iceman Cometh, or what? It does, because he's won on this inside track before, right?
Yeah, he has one on it. And
this course and distance, I see he's had one go but didn't feature. What are we looking at here? It's a 1,500. He's got a bit of a... I mean, I remember having a good turn of foot, this horse. So he's got to have a chance. Mungo now back on him.
I think he'll appreciate the give in the ground.
What price is he, Daryl? 33 to 10. Okay, well, it's interesting. Joe Soma hasn't been running a lot of horses, I must tell you, but when he does run them, they're winning. I mean, there's a handful that have been stepping out and some very much unknown, but they win at this point in time. Okay, so what we're going to do in this race, personally, I thought Iron Tail, after what I saw, just worried about the inside track if it's not going to be a problem for him. But here's Darren Burrows as jackpot. He's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Then banker the 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11 at the back. That's a 280 Rand jackpot. Houston's top of the board here at 14 to 10 at the moment. Number 2 on the card for the Candice Dawson stable. Keegan DeMello's riding this. Second choice on the card is from Sean Terry, More Than a Feelings, trading at 3 to 1. And then you can get about 5s, about High Roller. All right, well, let's just take a look at it. I want to go to Daryl Marie. Let's talk about this race and tell me a bit more about a favourite Houston. I know you like it. Darren Burrows likes it. You're both on it. Lightly raced and does seem to be quite a decent sort in the making.
Clyde, I liked him when I opened the book. I made one danger, and that was number 9, Cold Hard Stare.
Yeah.
She's come out. So I really think he'll take a power beating. Don't know if you recall, we went for him last time out at the Vaal with Keegan DeMello.
Yeah.
They were deciding whether they want him to be a kilogram overweight.
Correct.
or if he could do only a kilogram overweight. So he did pick up a 3 kg penalty for running second, but a kilogram of that was overweight. Clyde, he's a very nice horse in the making. I won't read into the penalty whatsoever because he's got a lot more to offer. He finished well clear of the third place runner. Keegan will know him much better in a race this time round, and I think he is the one to be with.
This course?
Not worried about anything, Clyde.
Not worried.
His penultimate start when he ran on this course, he wore the tongue tie for the first time. You can see in his later start, they took it off. He bounced back to what we know he's capable of. So the tongue tie stays off. He is a banker in all bets.
Okay. So you're big on him, man?
Very.
All right, Darryl's big on Houston, so is Darren. They both are. So if that's the case, well, then let's do that. This is the plan, and we're going to put this together for you, where Darren says, let's get into Houston, take some of the 14 to 10 that's on offer, or use that around bankering in trifectas and quartets. All right, in this race, note that both 7 and 9 are not running. They've been scratched, and Pragmatist is the favourite now at 14 to 10. High Moon is the second choice at 9 to 2, and 11 to 2 about Bally Magic. Darryl, let's catch up. Johan Janssen van Vuuren's had a very strong card today, and is another winner, or
the stable's on song.
Doing this in the morning.
Follow them when they're running so well. He has an improving 3-year-old, done nothing wrong to date. A decent post made an effort last time out when running second to good counsel. Third place runner was Climate Control. He's run 2 placings since then. I think you can't fault him. He must be in with a big shot over here. Respect for number 3 over here, Clyde, Bally Magic. Now, his first 2 starts as a gelding, they just opted to give him a chance. Last time out, the first time he was trying the trip, they pushed forward. They gave him a positive ride. And if they adopt similar tactics, there's no reason why he can't follow up on that effort. I do believe he has improved as a gelding. And last year, who ran second in that race, they were well clear of the 4th place runner, but she came out and ran second in her next start. I think it's fair enough form to feature over here. One other horse I've included in the exotics is number 4, Cool Bicycle. Last time out, he just moved up too far out. His run came to an end because he challenged, I think, at the 600-meter mark. With a more patient ride, he has featured on this inside track before. I think he could certainly run into the money.
Okay. Any sort of chance to horse like Poet's Warrior?
He is joint best weighted over here, Clyde, because it is a classified stakes. I was just disappointed with his later start. He was beaten at a long way.
Can we put a line through it or not? Is it for real?
I'd like to see him improve on that effort.
Okay, it all does then seem to be pointing the way of the favourite here, and that is Pragmatist, based on the exposed form, lightly raced, likely to continue improving, stable rider. They're all in form. Let's have a look at...
Keegan's the man to chat to. Whoever's on course should say, Keegan, now you've ridden Pragmatist. You rode Bally Magic to victory last month.
Yeah.
Can you compare? I mean, do you have a preference? It'll be interesting to see which one he sides with.
Try and find out that answer for you. Let's have a look at what we're going to do in this race then. What's the plan in terms of the boys here? Darryl saying swingers is the safest play, and that would mean that you box Bally Magic, Cool Bicycle, and the favourite Pragmatist. So let's get on to the last. Thanks for joining Waiter to Win. It's our 9th race at Turffontein today, and Trump My Queen is favourite. It's a weak market in terms of the way they're priced up. 9 to 2 the field, so market indicating anything can win. 6 Strange Magic is 9 to 2 joints. 1 Little Mary Sunshine is 13 to 2, and 2 Quiet Rebellion is at 7 to 1. Corin's Legacy 15 to 2, and then double figures about the others. I know you got Field here at the back in your pick 6. If we're still running by now, you're looking for the biggest result. What would that be?
Sure.
Winning Queen. You want the 7-year-old mare to...
I'd love it to win if
cross the line first.
The last leg. Not even her. I think is one...
Pascal Samore or Zenobian Princess, maybe.
Yeah, Clyde.
Okay, what
else? That sort of a race. I don't know what to say. Strange Magic. She won with a ton in hand last time out. Keegan actually said he sat on her for a good few extra strides because she was travelling so well. The stable companion Eastern World, I know that form line hasn't really stood up, but here's a filly that won in her second start, who should love the step up in trip. I mean, she's by Ideal World out of a Silvano mare that won over a mile. She could be anything now that she's going the extra distance. Trump My Queen, very, very disappointing to date. But Clyde, last time she was well out at the weights on that occasion. The winner, Bless My Stars, was slung in on that occasion. So she actually ran a very decent race up on the half veld. Clyde, I can't help you.
Yeah. Trump My Queen, does that stay? Because, I mean, she's got ability, isn't she? We know she's got ability.
We're going to see now because just remember, it is a sticky track. So if you got doubts of her staying...
Well, we tried her. Okay, it was a 2,000. That was probably too far. Maybe the 18's better for her. I don't know. Got Gavin on board, so probably the likely one of the lot in a race like this. Okay, well, let's have a look. We'll put some selections up for you. It's our last race today. It's the Get Out Stakes as we know it. And 2-6-10 from Darren's side. And he's recommending that Quiet Rebellion, Strange Magic, and Pascal Samora all have to go into this last race. And that's it. We'll be back with the Port Elizabeth meeting on Friday. Thanks so much for watching Waited to Win. Have a good one.